Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
Now you've done it.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Louis. Oh.
You've nowhere to hide. We can hold them off.
Going anywhere. It's Accio. Protect her. That's the best you can do.
Punch.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner. And so close to Hogwarts.
Bisa pas sedang aku di sini belum terima. Akhiri semua ribu debat panjang.
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch
Capricorn.
me
Hello,
to get
Hans.
to you?
Capricorn.
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment.
Hello.
Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service. Specializing in Merlin's work and life.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin.
Fania.
I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has its symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
Revelio. This trunk?
Yes, take plenty. You already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely.
Scorpio boy.
Notice the vines on these pillars here. There's a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
Beribu debat panjang, namun nampaknya baik saja. Senyumku belum.
What shall I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Incendio. Accio. Levioso. Incendio. The flames make the pyres sink.
How beautiful! What a day! I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success.
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require Mallow Suite, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Revelio. Hello. Can I help you?
Oh, thank goodness. Yes. My name is Grace Pinch Smedley. Of the Bath Pinch Smedleys? I was hoping someone would come along soon. I was about to defy my father's wishes and would never have forgiven myself. You see, I need to retrieve something from the bottom of the lake. Might you be the one to help me?
Diving into the lake sounds like an adventure. Tell me more.
Splendid! Precisely the response I'd hoped for.
What do you need help retrieving?
Years ago, my grandfather, who fancied himself quite the astronomer, set sail from Hogsmeade Station for what was meant to be a quick stargazing cruise with my grandmother. They never returned.
I'm so sorry. What happened to them?
We can't be sure. We only know that neither they nor their boat made it back to shore. Father was so distraught that he forbade our family from setting foot on or in the Black Lake ever again. A treasured family astrolabe vanished with them that night. If you could dive down and retrieve it, I may be able to bring my father some peace.
It sounds dangerous, especially for something of mere sentimental value.
I understand. But I'd be forever grateful. Of course, you may discover much more than the astrolabe. Anything else you found would be all yours. I've cross-referenced the vessel's last alleged location against the lake's topography, depth charts, and tide schedule. My best guess is that it's just over there, about a furlong from the dock. It would be wonderful to have my grandfather's astrolabe back. I do hope you find the astrolabe. It would mean so much to our family.
It sounds as if her astrolabe is just northeast of the dock. I should dive down and see. This must be where the Pinch Smedley family astrolabe is. I should let Grace know that I found her family astrolabe.
Jom.
Hello, Grace. I followed your bearings on a dive in the Black Lake.
Oh, how incredible! Did you find
Itu
the astrolabe?
lirik lagu.
I did. I hope it makes your father happy.
It will. I can't wait to see his face. Thank you so much for doing this for me. And for my family. You do well to keep an eye out for more spots to dive. A diver of your caliber is certain to find all sorts of things down there. Thank you again. And I do hope you keep diving. You certainly have a knack for finding treasure.
Nampaknya baik saja.
Revelio. Incendio. Accio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Revelio. Accio.
Vanilla latte.
Revelio. Incendio. Levioso. Reparo. I know a Merlin trial when I see one. Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Accio. Revelio. Accio. 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 Accio.
Sudah adakah yang gantikanmu?
Good of you to come. My friend, Professor Fig,
Setiap
speaks highly of
waktu.
you and your resourcefulness. He was vague as to details, but mentioned you're having tracked down a difficult-to-find book. I wondered if you'd be willing to do a little detective work on my behalf.
Sounds most up my street.
Wonderful. You see, about a century ago, an heirloom applewood wand with a fairy wing core went missing from this very shop. My great-aunt suspected a student named Richard Jackdaw. He'd been serving as an assistant here and suddenly vanished.
Richard Jackdaw?
Like the bird. In fact, he was known to frequent Hogwarts Owlry. We searched there, of course, but found no wand. We did find a series of statues similar to jackdaws. I'm certain they're a clue, but I cannot figure out where they lead. Jackdaw was last heard tittering about some pages with a map he'd stolen from Peeves. As you can imagine, the poltergeist was less than helpful.
I'll have a look for you. You've certainly given me plenty to go on.
Ah, you've brought hope to this old one-maker's heart. Professor Fig was right. You are a remarkable student.
Revelio. Lumos. Accio. Lumos. The statues Mr. Ollivander mentioned must be upstairs amongst the owls. Revelio. Accio. Incendio. Leviosa. Lumos. Don't mind me, owls. I'm just here to help a friend. Now, where are those statues? Accio. Instantly. Here's a welcome surprise. Accio. No statues here. Accio. I'd best keep looking. Nothing. Revelio. Accio. No statues here. I'd best keep looking. Accio. Nothing. I'll take that, thank you. Revelio. Accio. This'll do nicely. Revelio. Birds aren't afraid of heights. Perhaps I should look a bit higher. Accio. No statues here. I'd best keep looking. Nothing. Here's a welcome surprise. I'll do that, thank you. Revelli. No statues here. Empty perches. Could be the right size for jackdaws. Or statues of jackdaws. What's happening?
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle after all these years? Well done indeed. Good news. If you've got something to hide, you found the perfect spot. Richard Jackdaw, at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw. So Mr. Ollivander was right. He wants...
I'd forgotten about that wand. I assure you I don't have it on me. I'm almost certain I dropped it the moment I was beheaded in that cave. Oh, it was sheer folly to follow that map.
What map?
Ridiculous, really. Found it on some yellowed old pages Peeves had pilfered. Thought I could impress a girl. But that's a story for another day.
So, you stole a wand and then followed a map on some pages that you took from Peeves and followed that map to your doom.
Odd to hear it all reduced to such absurdity, but yes. Why do you care about some old wand?
I don't really. Ollivander does. It's the pages I'm after. Might they be with the wand in the cave?
Indeed. Say, here's an idea. Why don't you meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest? I'd be happy to show you where to find them.
I think I can guess how you died. But who did it to you?
I was having a look about when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze, after which I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember. Hence, if you do visit the cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
Why would you steal Mr. Ollivander's family wand?
The family were always going on about how special it was, so I took it. Who could resist? Sadly, it wasn't special enough to save my neck. I fully intended to return it once I learned it was only special for sentimental reasons, but as you can see, I never got the chance.
How is it possible to steal from Peeves, a poltergeist?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He's got a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor, whatever's likely to cause the most chaos. I doubt he even noticed they were gone.
If that's the only way for me to get those pages, I'll meet you there.
If you don't mind the sight of my decapitated skeleton, the wand and the pages are yours for the taking.
Revelio. Accio. Levioso. A map. It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it for now. Revelio. Accio. Levioso. Incendio. Lumos. Revelio.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
There's the cabinet. How do I get this key in there? That's it. An old coin. Perhaps Nellie knows what it means. Revelio. Revelio. Traditional.
I had bet myself a butterbeer you'd be back to ask about that. It seems I've earned myself a trip to the Three Broomsticks. My father insisted rather adamantly that fun had no place when it came to learning. I struggled with his rather Socratic method of teaching, made no progress with even the simplest spells until I made a game of it. As the process itself became a source of joy, I was able to better retain what I was being taught. I realized then how much fun was to be had in learning, and I decided to become a professor so that I may pass that joy along.
I, for one, am glad. I very much enjoy your class.
Delighted to hear. Now, I shall not keep you from your studies, nor time with your fellow students, both of which are invaluable to your education.
Revelio. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Revelio.